Well, howdy everybody, welcome back to another Hair Metal Monday. You know what I was thinking the other day? You know what we haven't done? Haven't really done any licks. We've been doing riffs and riffs and riffs, and then we did a video about riffs, and I was like, you know what? We need some licks. So I got some easy shred licks here for you. You can snag the tabs if you're feeling like it. It's all linked down below in the description. Real quick to kind of like preface what I'm talking about by easy is the speed of the licks is the challenging thing, but I think the overall patterns of these licks and just the general concept is very doable, and it's just a really good kind of like footmark if you're trying to. I'd say these are more like intermediate into advanced licks, but I think they could be good for kind of anyone to get your fingers moving. One lick in particular was a very important lick to me. I'll talk about that later. But other than that, let's just get in here, yo. Let's get it. Alright, so lick number one. This is a really fun one. This is one that I like to add a little bit of a grittier side to it. Like some, the notes are kind of bleeding together just to give it that more rock and roll edge. It reminds me of licks like what Nuno did in Get the Funk Out solo. That he does it really fast. But I always like this kind of lick. Just to repeat it, you can kind of run through it a few times. Let me turn my delay off. I'm remembering right away. No delay. So it's all just a basic pentatonic blues lick, but the tricky part is this rolling part, but you hear it in a lot of 80s music, this style of, pentatonic lick. All I'm doing is playing 5 on the high string with my pointer finger, and you can use your ring finger. Sometimes I use my ring finger, sometimes I use my pinky. It all just depends on the moment, I suppose. And I'm going to go 8, pull off the 5 on the B. Then I go to 8 on the G. Now here's where the tricky part comes in. So we have that. Okay, now I have to roll my pinky finger or ring finger, whichever finger you're using. I roll it down to get the B string again, and I do 8, pull off 5 again. Now, you notice a couple of different things that I'm doing. I'm barring my index finger across the high E and the B string, and I keep that barred, and I kind of rock it to get this note to not ring out. Here, those are ringing. And you can kind of decide how much grit and kind of like the clash of the notes you want, because I can hold my finger flat the whole time. So there you get a little bit more in there, or I can keep it really clean and add some palm muting and rock my finger. It's all up to you what you kind of want to do with it. Like I said, I like the grittier side of it. Here the notes are kind of clashing together. I don't know, maybe it's that inner Jimmy Page that I like that fight between the notes, but that's the first lick. Lick number 2 is a classic Yngwie lick. Now this is one that was so important to me as a guitar player, wanting to get more into the 80s shred stuff, because it sounded so musical, and it used all my fingers. It was a really good picking exercise, and it was just so fun. Like, I loved it. And he does a lot of more crazy stuff all over the place. But basically, the way you can look at this is I'm thinking of it all as just kind of being this. It's basically a harmonic minor, really, is what it is. We don't get that next note in there. So essentially, what I'm doing here is I'm going to go 10 on the high string. Now this pattern repeats through the entire thing, and it's all alternate picked, because it's all on one string. So I go 10, and then 13, 12, 13 on the high string. Okay, so you have that, and that's just fun to sit there and cycle that. So the next part, I actually kind of jump a pattern in the scale, and I go all the way down here to 7. So I'm going to go 7, 10, 8, 10. So it's still alternate picking, pointer, pinky, middle, pinky. So we went. Okay, shifting back up now to basically like the shape that we skipped, you're going to go 8, 12, 10, 12. Still using pointer, middle, pinky for that one. I do my whole step stretches like this. Oh, sorry. Okay, so. Okay, now I shift down again, skip a pattern, I go 5, 8, 7, 8. Now we have this pattern which repeats itself. It's the only one that you do twice. You're going to go 7 on the high string again, 10, 8, 10. Okay, so Shifting down again. It's 4, 7, 5, 7, 5. And I'm ending on a root note there. There's where you finally get that kind of harmonic minor vibe out of it. Right there. So all together again. Ingbe. If you want to hear that in action, listen to I'll See the Light Tonight. Alright, so next is one of my favorite little runs that I learned from the 80s, and because of its doubling nature on the one string, it actually makes it fairly easy to play, and it sounds like you're moving really fast. And it is, and it's not that it's not fast, but anytime you're doubling stuff, it always makes it like a little bit of an illusion of how fast we're going. So the lick is just this real quick, and I'll do it again slow. It goes. And however you want, going with the A. And I love the combination of picking and the hammer-ons. That's my favorite style of doing like fast runs. You'll hear me say it a lot, but a lot of times I'm not picking everything. You know, I like that kind of sound, that combination of the best. That's my favorite kind of sound. So anyways, this is all out of your A minor scale, or A Aeolian. Not harmonic minor like the last one. We're going to go like this. You're going to play 5, 6, 8 on the B string, and you're going to pick that all, and you do it twice. So now what happens is we transition to the high E string, and we're going to go 5, 7, 8, but you're only going to pick 5, and you're going to hammer onto 7 and 8. Okay, so now I just continue this up to the scale. Now you could get as complex as you want. I'm scaling it down because, like I said, this is just getting the idea. I'm shifting up in the scale, so I'm going to go to the B string again. I'm going to go 6, 8, 10. Just like last time, pick it all twice. High E string, 7, hammer on 8, hammer on 10. For me, I love the dynamics. So, you know, anytime I hear something that everything is picked, it's too much of the same like dynamic for my ears. I like it to be broken up with some hammer-ons, some pull-offs. I've mentioned this before when I show people how I play through a pentatonic scale fast. You know, something like that. I'm not picking everything. I'm going pick, pull off, pick, 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 pull off, pick, 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 pick. So the majority of it's pick, but it's still not all picked. It has a different dynamic to it. Okay, now I shift up here. I'm going to go 8, 10, 12 on the B. Twice. 8, 10, 12 on the high string, but 8, hammer on 10, 12. By now you've got the pattern, so I'm going to quit kind of like reiterating myself. Now we're going to go 10, 12, 13 on the B, 10, hammer on 12, 13. Okay, one more time here. 12, 13, 15. 12, 13, 15. I'm just bending up to that root nose. Keep going. All the way up here. Add an octave if you want to. And so on. Now the last one is it's such a fun one. It's a very Steve Vai. Obviously it's totally Steve Vai. It's not even like slightly Steve Vai. It's a Steve Vai lick. It's kind of scaled down from what he does. He does a little bit more complex version of it, but basically I'm just moving in fifths. And it has such a cool sound to it. I do it all the time, like especially if I'm kind of you know, I said it just kind of like jumps out at you. I really like the way it sounds. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go 3 on the low E string and 5 on the A. And what you're going to notice right away is that these are power chords. That's what a fifth is. It's just taking the note and I'm playing the fifth above it. So now all I do is I go to the same last note that I played. 5 and then 7 on the D. Okay, so go Going up again, 5 up to 7, 9 on the G. So, sliding up to 9 on the G, 10 on the B, sliding up to 10 on the B, 12 on the high string. And that's it. Now, if you want to work on doing it backwards, I didn't tab it out backwards, but I just prefer the ascending version. You know, and I think it has such a cool sound. It's a total 80s lick, and I don't know, just have some fun with it. You know, it's a really, really fun one. You can move it up like this. Oh, there's the other lick. And so on. So there you guys have it. Hope you're getting your 80s metal on. Like I said, get the tabs down below. And we're just going to keep on rocking. I got some really cool 80s videos coming up here real soon. Like I said, I had to kind of like chill on them while my hand was recovering, but I'm doing good now, so don't worry about it. And we're going to be back in action, yo. See you Wednesday. Oh, a couple things here at the end. If you made it to the end, make sure you enter the giveaway. And I just did an unboxing, I guess like reveal of one of my dream guitars, the SKYPE. You can win a guitar in that video. Make sure you go back, check that video out, enter the giveaway. And what else was I going to say? Oh, and then Wednesday, new giveaway video happening. Hey. Riffs and